So here we are at Chris Walker Kawasaki. We're going to ride the Z900, which is a 948cc bike. It's got 123 brake horsepower. It's just about 73 newton meters of torque. No traction control on this bike, it's pretty raw. It's the ABS. Should be good. This is not a standard bike, it has got an acropobic exhaust on it. Ooh. Seat height is very low on this bike, very low. Okay. Okay, so we're at 30 miles an hour, second gear, 4,000 RPM, so it's quite a noisy cannon here. Mirrors are very big, nicely adjusted, seat in position, legs are a little bit up, but foot pegs feel in a good place, seat feels a bit hard. I've only had 100 miles on this bike, so it's fairly fresh. And the road's a little bit damp this morning, so we won't go too mad. Oh, it looks like it's quite dry here, but we'll just need to watch out. Turning's not bad. Definitely feels nice and quick. You feel quite at home on this bike straight away. We're in 6th gear, can we do an overtake? Oh, no, alright. Doesn't pick up so well from the low revs. Turns in nicely though. My CBR 1000RR is quite heavy to turn in, and when you turn it in it sticks on its line. This feels light and nimble for 1000. Because it is pretty much a 1000cc bike. All but 52 cc's. Okay, we're into 50 mile an hour limit here, so we'll just drop it down to 50. 56 gears, 3000 RPM. We'll just enjoy the ride for a little bit at 50 miles an hour. So the dashboard's fairly basic. It's got everything you need on there. It's got a clock, which is always important, trip meters A and B, fuel economy, range, which is always nice to have, digital tacho, digital speedo, and that's basically it for dashboard. We have fairly basic controls as well, just indicators, lights and starter and horn. And that's your lot. No silly joysticks to turn on or off ABS. So that's always on by the looks of it. Can't turn ABS off, which is a bit of a shame. Sometimes you don't want that on. You can even turn it off on my KTM. Yeah, this turns in nicely, there's no drama. It was reasonably sure-footed. slow down in these corners. Solid whites here through a little bit of a, not a tunnel, tree of houses. It's nice, isn't it? Bit damp through here. Rain dripping down from the trees. Bit of oil on the road there. Something you can watch out for, little rainbow bits. We're into the Nationals. Goes well enough. We're not going to go flying at the speeds he's doing. Not in these damp conditions. I'm not that familiar with this road. Miles an hour, so this will give us a chance to test the brakes. And the brakes stop. Which is good. These have got Nissan calipers on them, twin discs. You're not going to worry about stopping on this bike, that's for sure. Like, good bite, straight on the lever. Nice feel to them. Yeah, this seat is a little bit rock hard. It's not uncomfortable. Clutch is very light. Wind noise, wind is mostly just in my chest. 70 miles an hour it is mostly just in my chest. There's a little bit of a fly screen here. Not much of one, little one. Guy in front, fucking hell, he got that wrong, didn't he? Jesus Christ. What a pellet. And this is easy to ride, very easy to ride. Interesting little car. But you can't go super fast on it unless you've got really thick neck muscles, so you know when you're going quick because it's not hiding anything from you. The red line comes up fairly quickly on this. 11,000 RPM. else is a slipper clutch of it on it, because it feels like it. It's not grabby when you're going down the gears, so I'm almost certain this has a slipper clutch on it. And that's nice for quick shifts down the box, because you're not going to lock the bike up. This bike's nice in the slow speeds, no problems at 30 miles an hour. It's quite happy to trundle along at third gear at 30. No hesitation. Sometimes you get a little bit of hesitation on a bike at these sort of speeds in a higher gear, but nothing on this. The rear shock is reasonably stiff, but it's soaking at the bumps well. Bump, bump, yeah. Looks like we've got adjustable forks. I can't see completely, but there's definitely preload on it. So we've got a chance for some more overtakes. Bike actually. It's really easy to ride. Tank is quite high up on it, but you don't notice it. 17 litre tank on this. It's supposed to have about 140 mile range on the tank. The OEM exhaust on these bikes, it's got that same issue that the Ducati 821 had, that your foot is on the pipe, or it's on a heat shield on the pipe. With the Akrapovic exhaust you don't have that issue. I'm surprised that this is reasonably quiet. I think it would be nice with the baffles on. So we need to just turn around here, give us a good test of how easy it is to turn. That's okay. Can easily flat foot this bike, no problem. Your seat is very low on this. Back to the dealers. It would be a shame that this riders aren't over. I mean, there's nothing on this bike that's outstanding, but there's nothing that's bad either. Even though this is cheaper switchgear, I actually prefer the feel of it. It's not that horrible light stuff that you can't feel with your gloves. Beaver Castle down there. Belvoir is how it's spelled. Don't know how they get beaver from that, I honestly don't. Belvoir Castle. Fucking Beaver Castle. It's a nice place to go visit if you like castles and medieval things. It's quite a good castle to visit because it's not like ruins. Let's try some clutch changes. Yeah, seems fairly happy to put clutchless change. reasonable amount of engine braking. What I would expect from an inline 4. I would have to say, if anything, this bike's just a little bit boring. There's no drama to it. This and the MT-09, they're quite similar. The MT-09 has more toys. The traction control and the rider modes. It's got a bigger engine, a little bit more power. This has got the most power out of all of those bikes. There's a bigger engine, and it's smoothest out of the lot of them. There's a lot of smooth, easy power here. Kawasaki bikes you don't normally characterise as being sensible, and this feels like a sensible bike. My Ninja ZX6R was mental. That had an awesome howl to the air intake when you got it up to 15,000 RPM. It's difficult to believe that you're actually on a 948cc engine with this bike. No drama bike. Very competent motorcycle.